Whew. Good morning, everybody. Hey, today we're going to be rounding up our series, The State of the Giant, which is where we've been looking at the state of the current, you know, country, Nigeria today. We started by looking at how no, we don't have a road that functions. We don't have a good housing for our law enforcement agencies. We don't have a hospital that works, well equipped. We don't have equipment for the law enforcement agencies to be able to discharge their duties. We also looked at the salaries for law enforcement agencies. Then we looked at, schools, name it, a lot of stuff that got us to where we are today, that brought about the movement, right? So today, we're going to be finishing up the series. So again, welcome to Up and At It with Paul Gombwe. I'm also gonna start with my famous quote of the moment by late Aminu Kano. Nigeria will never know peace until the son of a nobody becomes a somebody without knowing anybody. So that probably would be my best quote of the year, because that quote really means a lot. Sit down, think about it. I don't care what status quo or what position you are in the spectrum. You can be among the upper class, you can be among the lower class. That is a quote that speaks volume to everybody that would want to see the best out of every situation. So in rounding up the series today, I know last time we talked about we have good politicians and we have bad politicians. We have good Nigerian army personnel. We have bad Nigerian army personnel. We have good police men and women. We have bad policemen and women. We have good custom, immigration, and all of that, men and women, and we have bad ones too. So what we should be fighting to fish out or to expose those bad ones, because the bad ones are the people that paint the other good ones black. And this is not the issue of Nigeria only. This happens in a lot of countries. There are a lot of good people that have a good intention, while there are people that have bad intention that, their intention and what they do kind of like overshadows the whole, few that have a good intention. So in finishing up this series, I want to look at the so-called palliative looting. It beats my imagination to hear, the word looting when it comes to palliative. Yes, the government do not really open the warehouse for these people to go in and get the stuff out, right? But when you look at it from the initial stage, isn't those food meant for these people? Because I sit down and I look back and I said, what is going on? Because there are a lot of non-governmental organizations out there, including my foundation, the Alice Gomboy Foundation, who went above and beyond, went out of their ways to provide food for the masses. We provided food for 83 widows in Kaduna, in the town of Kudende. Then we also go out and we still do a little bit of stuff here and there that, a lot of people do not know about. But it beats my imagination that when the government comes to share the so-called palliatives, they give people one Indomie, one noodles, or whatever they want to share, while the main buck is kept somewhere in a warehouse. But that is not even what really surprises me the most. What surprises me the most is the amount of energy that the people put into this whole, we're going to go house to house search. We're going to go and search from one house to another, and whichever house we find the palliatives, we're going to destroy the house, seize their paperwork, seize all of this stuff. So we know how to go search house to house, but we do not know how to go house to house to deliver those food, to share the food. So we know how to go with police, with army to search house to house to house to house to house to house, looking for noodles, bag of rice, bag of corn, bag of whatever, name it. But we do not know how to go house to house search for stuff that is out there that is destroying the life of the masses. So let me just end by saying Nigerians, we're beautiful people. We're hardworking people. We're well-educated people. And we're outside the box thinkers. But the country and how the country has been governed pushes a lot of Nigerians to the extreme end where there's no means of surviving, and then everybody have to resort to whatever they can come up with or create to kind of be able to provide something for them to be able to sustain. So, like I said previously, it's about time the government, the masses, the educated, the non-educated, name it, it's about time Nigerians as a whole, we sit down and look deeper, look inside, don't look outside. Don't worry about the Western countries, the countries that will never come out there and come trying to bail anybody or whatever. We need to fix our own country. We need to fix our own country. We need the architect. We need to be the architect of how to move Nigeria forward. So my challenge for everybody out there is Nigeria is all we have. And we need to put our heads together. Muslim, Christian, politicians, non-politicians, clergymen, whatever you find, whatever you feel you are. We need to put our heads together and bring the best out of our country and help shape the country that our future generations will look at and say, yes, we are glad that we're born and proud to be Nigerians. Thank you. And I hope, this series kind of like open your eyes a little bit to some of the stuff that we all need to work on. And I will see you guys next week, where we're going to be talking about something that happens this week and the reaction that I've seen and what is going on out there. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.